My guest today is the incredible Jordan Chiles, an Olympic medalist, performer, and pure beam of light. Growing up in a family of 5, Jordan learned early what it means to lead with her heart, humor, and of course, her love for fun. Now we get to see the same energy come alive on Dancing with the Stars, where she and her partner Ezra show us what it means to lift each other higher, both on and off the dance floor. So please welcome Jordan Chiles to the Morning After Show.
Hello, everybody.
First of all, I feel like a train hit me when I woke up this morning. How are you feeling?
I honestly can agree. I definitely feel like this time, it definitely, that train hit me harder than normal.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm just very excited and it's been a remarkable time, honestly. Like, every single week, I just feel like I just find a new breath of air. Like, it's just something that's just so in the air that I get to enjoy. So who cares about the next day? It's okay. We got you got more days after.
Well, I think that's also like an athlete mentality. It's like, I'm in a season, I'm immersed, I'm just gonna feel it until it's done.
Exactly, 100%. And also, like, with with my athlete mentality, I feel like a lot of it does come from understanding that typically we have a meet almost the next day. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I wake up the next day after a show, I'm just like, okay, it's just another quote-unquote recovery day just to go back into another competition. But I love the fact that I don't have to do a show every single day, because then I feel like that would be really hard.
Yeah, I also have this like weird obsession that sometimes when I'm sore, it actually makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like the pain kind of feels good because it feels like I really did something.
I would have to agree, because I feel like if I'm not sore, I'm like, okay, so then what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to go back in? Do I got to do it over again?
Totally.
But I definitely can agree with that, because sometimes it's like the understanding of how your muscles work, it makes you realize, okay, I'm actually working.
Yeah, I know. I love it. We had a little plane, but I think we're okay. So before we get too much into Dancing with the Stars, I kind of want to go back a little bit to Jordan, baby of 5, which I relate to. I'm also the baby of 5. So what was childhood like for you growing up? And were you always passionate about gymnastics? When was that moment when you decided this is what I want to do?
Well, going off being the youngest of 5, I do have to say being the youngest of 5 is the best thing ever. Now,
Golden child.
It's I'm just gonna put that in there. But I think honestly, my passion for gymnastics didn't start right away. Mm-hmm. It was an outlet for me. I feel like, it was something that my parents I had really bad ADHD. They were like, we need her energy to go somewhere, so let's just put her in something. Yes, I tried other sports. I did track and field. I did t-ball. I did ballet, tap, all those things that, they tried. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough for my energy to get, shown. And so gymnastics just came along with it. I thought when I first started gymnastics, I was getting a dog. How this story happened.
Wait, what?
Exactly. I'm about to tell you the story. I was getting told, hey, we have a surprise for you. And as a little kid, I'm 6.5 years old. As a little kid, I've always wanted a dog. So I was like, okay,
puppy,
I'm getting a dog. It's around Christmas time. So I was like, okay, this is great. I get blindfolded, and I am sitting in the car, being driven. My hopes are so high. I walk in. They sit me down on this bench. They were like, okay, take your blindfold off. I took my blindfold off. I started bawling my eyes out.
Where's the dog?
I said, I thought I was getting a puppy. And they all looked and just like, what do you mean? Like, you're here. And I was just like, so after that mentality of me realizing that everything, doesn't just come with saying it, you actually have to work for it. Mm-hmm. That's kind of when gymnastics was just like, okay, I started doing it. I was really just in the flow of everything. Again, I didn't realize I wanted to become an Olympian in gymnastics until I was around 12 years old.
Wow. I feel like that's, not that that's late, but I think that a lot of people probably are like, this is my goal. Or your parents are actually putting that into your brain that that's what's going to happen.
No, yeah, for sure. My parents actually, at first, they were like, okay, so are you sure you want to do gymnastics? Because it's an expensive sport. Totally. And they were like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. But back in 2008, I did watch the Olympics then, and I didn't think gymnastics was going to be my Olympic sport. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to become an Olympian. I was like, this would be so cool. They're representing Team USA. And then it was like, wait, my sport can actually take me there. And so then that's when my mentality was like, okay, no, this is what you're going to do. You're going to keep pushing. You're going to do whatever it takes. Whether you're going to go through your bad days, your good days, you're just going to, you know, really put yourself in that position to make your dream come true.
When you talked about the fact that you had ADHD, that's actually, my mom put Derek in lots of different activities as well for the same purpose. With today, or even while you were growing up, was that something that you felt was your secret superpower? Or was it something that you identified as like, this is something that actually is a hindrance?
I say this to everybody, especially parents who come to me or like, my child has a lot of energy. And I'm like, let them use it. Let them use that energy, because you never know what, they could be the most millionaire, billionaire, have the most genius brain, and you don't even know because you are trying to contain them.
Yeah.
And I'm happy my parents didn't do that, because I'm honestly grateful that, you know, I always say gymnastics saved my life. Yes, was I one of those children who didn't know how to sit in a chair to take a test? 100%. Yes, was I one of those children who couldn't have full conversations without moving? Yes. But also my parents knew that there are ways to really execute that energy and put it into something else. So to anybody out there, now, I'm not taking away from parents who, you know, do what they have to do. I'm not doing any of that. But I do always say, if your child does have energy, let them use it.
Yeah.
Because you never know what can happen.
I will say I'm forever grateful to my parents, especially my mom, who sacrificed so much to be able to let our energy be exerted, because we had a lot growing up. Were your other siblings also like very active, or was this specific to you?
They were very active, but I don't think as much as me. They obviously did sports, and they did, you know, we're just like we get it from our dad, like we're very energetic, like that's just how we are. But I think mine was more attentive because of how, like, I'm 6 years apart from
your next sibling.
Yes. And so it's like, in that 6 year time gap is like, like the world, we don't know what was happening. So it's crazy to see, but they were able to help contain it as well. They were able to be like, okay, well, mom, dad, like, she's jumping off a refrigerator. What are we doing? Like, she won't stop walking on.
She just jumped off a refrigerator. Right. She did like an aerial backflip
exactly.
into a
split. What are we doing? But I'm happy that, yes, they were active in it. Actually, my older sister, she's the oldest out of all of us, she did gymnastics for a while, and she does, you know, that's why she's so passionate about me, because she always told me, I wish I did stay in it. But the gift that she got was doing hair and makeup.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I think it's really cool that I have this opportunity to be like living her dream as well, but she's also living mine, because I wish I did hair and makeup. Like, so it's cool to have people who understand, you know.
That's your oldest sister? How many years apart are you?
We're 8 years.
8 years. So my oldest is 11 years older than me.
Oh, wow.
And I always thought I had two moms until I was 6, because like she was raising me basically.
That's how I was. I actually cried, and I said that I didn't like her because when I was 10, she went off to college. So even though I didn't know that, you know, at 18 you go to college, guys. So
no, but actually that's like a big moment, because I think that, I mean, you don't understand that when you're young, and that could have been really heartbreaking.
It was. And then 2 years later, my other sister went off to college. So it was like, I was living a life all by myself. I was the only child for a very long time.
I actually relate to that in the sense that, like, my parents, they got divorced when I was like 10, and it wasn't just that my parents got divorced, it was like all of the siblings got separated too. And so that, I mean, I relate to that feeling of like, wait, where did my family go? I'm all by myself now. And was that also maybe where gymnastics became your family?
Oh, 100%. I think that was the only outlet I had. Because my sisters went off to college, but I didn't really talk to them. I didn't, I was always doing my sport or, traveling, because I was the youngest national team member at the time who, my first international assignment, I was 12 years old.
What happened when, like, things started picking up with gymnastics with your siblings? Were they like, wait, what's happening? Or were they excited? Yeah.
They were excited, but also, like, what is going on? Because a lot of their stuff, like, they will say to this day, like, I feel like sometimes our childhood was kind of based on Jordan. And I do have to, like, I've apologized but even before I became an Olympian the first time, I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, but I'm happy that they were able to understand. And I think that's why, I appreciate them so much. But the moment that it took off, it was like our summers were gymnastics for them. They were like, we want to go on a vacation. I'm like, sorry, guys, I have a meet. Like, but we did what my parents made sure of, though, was around my sister's birthday. It's in August. And that's when our U.S. championships are. So what would we do is I would compete, and then we would go celebrate her birthday. Yeah. So then once we started figuring out that whole system of, like, how can we still incorporate family things, then everybody was like, okay, we get it. We understand.
I really love that because Derek and I talk about it a lot, that when we started on Dancing with the Stars, we would win the show and then, like, we wouldn't celebrate.
Yeah.
And then we would see some of our other competitors. Yeah. When they would win the show, there'd be parades at people's houses and, like, back home. So I love that there was almost like an instilled, like, a celebration. Yeah. Even if it was for your sister, that there was some sort of celebrating. Are you good at celebrating?
I love celebrating. Yeah. I think that's a healthy thing to do. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people take it for granted, and it's like, every little win is always going to make you feel better. Whether, you get a test. When I would get my report cards back, I'd go get myself Krispy Kreme donuts or something, like, because that's like makes you feel good about yourself.
Wait, is that your thing, Krispy Kreme donuts?
I'm a donut girl.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, I'm a donut girl. So
back here. Okay.
If anybody ever wants to get me donuts, you can get me Krispy Kreme donuts, please.
Wait, what's the donut place at Universal City Walk?
They don't have it anymore.
They don't? Did they get rid of it?
Yes.
No.
I literally went there, I think it was like 4 weeks ago. Like,
specifically for the donuts?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, let's go to City Walk. And my sister, and we literally saw and it was gone. And I was like, they're gone.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the donut shop was called, though, but they were so good.
Well, okay, let's go back a little bit to your dad, because your dad obviously is the cutest thing on the planet. Watching him dance with you. And by the way, he can move.
Yeah.
He's a mover.
He is.
Wait, was that always the case, or was this kind of a surprise? Oh, no, you're like, no, my dad can get down.
No, my dad definitely, I mean, when we were younger, he used to, break dance with my brothers all the time. So it was like, I knew he can dance. And also he was in Fame and he was in cabaret and all that. So he knows, like, the performance side of things. He told me this literally, like, I didn't even know he was in this until I told him, hey, you're gonna, I want to dedicate my dance to you. And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah, I know the performance side. I was in cabaret and Fame. And I was like, what? But it's cool to know that, because also, like, he told me, he was like, yeah, he was a waiter. Yeah. And he would have to dance with a tray and everything. And I was like, oh, so you're gonna get this. But makes me realize that's who I get it from. Yes. I get the moment I step onto the competition floor, it's time to perform.
Well, that's a huge element too, is like the athleticism and the performance, and how they do actually go hand in hand. Yeah. What would be like a misconception that people would associate with gymnasts versus dancers?
I think so with dancers, performance comes from every movement, right? I discovered that in the rumba yesterday. From every movement. And with gymnasts, it's like sudden things. Like, our performance is like the big skills that we do. Yes. So I am so grateful.
So are you saying like the in-between moments, like the transitions?
The transitions.
That's a really good point, because the transitions, it's the whole piece of the routine. You're not starting and stopping to prep. Yep. Whereas with gymnasts, I would always know that. There'd be like a breath, you'd pause. Yep. You'd get ready breathe. And then you'd go.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think that's why, like, when I came onto the scene of gymnastics, people were so like, wow, like, she can dance. Keep in mind, as a little kid, all I did was play Just Dance. All I did was, I danced in the mirror, would go on YouTube.
Yeah, we're of a different generation. I was like, mine was Dance Dance Revolution. Yours is Just Dance.
My sisters played that. Yeah. I didn't play that one because I was like 4 when it came out. But,
thanks for that.
but I definitely, I took that. Like, people were always telling me, oh, you can dance. And so I took the way that I move differently into my gymnastics. But I think the biggest thing is, people think just because we do pose as a gymnast doesn't, they think, oh, they can't actually dance. But we can. If we get the
Yes.
proper, because we're taught to do that.
Yeah.
But if we get the proper training, we get the proper ways. Like if you told me to go to playground or something, right? It's an intermediate dance class.
Wait, are we gonna go to playground?
I would love to go to playground.
Let's go to playground.
I would be down to go to playground.
What's your favorite like dance style? I know I pivoted hard now, but what would you want to take if we went together?
I don't know. I feel like you would do really good in a heels class.
I was just thinking that. Yeah. Wait, we'll get like the little booty shorts.
Yes!
We'll get like the
A heels class. I've always wanted to take a heels class.
With the class. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna film it for you
Wait,
guys.
but I feel like I need to get the nails because when you just pointed at me, I was like, "Oh, wait, you're gonna crush this way more than I am." Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I think that's kind of where people take a toll. They're like, well, they're not dancers because for dancers, you guys go through every element, like from the finger to the shoulder, all the way down to your leg. For us, it's like
more posing. Yeah. I even watched the way that you did that. You went like elbow, wrist, fingers. Like that's such the way that we teach is like every little moment and motion is part of it. So I love it. You get it.
I do get it. I do. I mean, I love ballet.
Yeah.
That was one thing I made sure I was like, if I'm going to be in this sport, like, I don't want to.
My dance teacher, Tassandra Chavez, is going to love that comment. Ballet. She's like, do ballet.
Ballet,
the
I feel like.
fundamentals.
Exactly. Yes. I feel like that's what a lot of, like, we all did it. Obviously, every gymnast did, but every gymnast, we're not all the same. Our body types aren't the same, We just don't do everything the same. So it's like, when you do different things, you don't know.
That's what sets you apart too. It
Exactly.
makes you unique. Did you watch Dancing with the Stars with like Simone and Shawn Johnson?
Yep.
And like, what was when you were watching that, were you like, oh, I can do that? Or was it
100%.
like, or I want to do that? Or like,
100%. I mean, Shawn Johnson was somebody that I looked up to. Mm-hmm. She was somebody that actually I felt confident into being the gymnast that I am because I had the same body shape with her. I was very, energetic. We were short and stocky. Like, that's just how we are. So when I saw her on Dancing with the Stars, I was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. I was like, there's 100% could do that. So I think having the opportunity to see other gymnasts do other things is what makes us feel like, okay, it's going to be different because, yes, we're in different generations, but how can we still bring ourselves out in that way? And I think that's why I appreciated when Shawn was on here, even Simone, even when Suni, Lori, even like
we've had so many.
There's so many like
Allie,
Mary Lou Retton, Allie Reyes, like the list goes on. But I think just seeing that we all were able to come on the show and still be different and still bring it's the uniqueness to it. And I think that's why I love gymnastics so much because of that.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and watching your partnership with Ezra as well.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your dynamic because he's also very unique. Yeah. Like there's no blending in with Ezra. So your dynamic together, when I found out you guys were going to be partners, I was like, oh, this is going to be fire. Yeah. This is so good.
Well, I mean, to start it off, Ezra's a Scorpio. Yeah. I'm an Aries. So, I mean, 2 fire signs only gets just kaboom. But our connection is amazing. I mean, watching him from his first season, obviously, that was his first time being a pro. But I've watched him with So You Think You Can Dance and all these other, just him being able to come up into the dance world. And just to have him as a partner, I feel like it's more of a friendship than it is a partner. Mm-hmm. Like every single time I come into, rehearsals, I'm just like, okay, so what are we doing? What's going on? Who are we going to distract? Like, we just have fun with it. And I think that's why I enjoy it so much more. Yeah. Because yes, I can be a student, but I also can coach him.
Well, I was going to say, I have 2 thoughts on that. I feel like you are making him a better pro because he has to level up his standard in order to keep up with your standard.
Exactly.
And I say that with absolute love to Ezra, and I think he would agree with that. Yeah. Anybody, whoever is a great celebrity partner to have is going to be a direct correlation to how much you step up and how much you you put the effort in as well. And I've watched him grow. So it's been really cool to see your guys' partnership. And then the other thing I was going to say was I also love how playful you are because a lot of the times people can come on Dancing with the Stars and take it so seriously that they they don't allow the playful, fun side to come out, and then people don't want to vote for that, you know, because they want to see who you are, not just you doing a dance really well.
Yeah.
So the fact that, like, in your rumba, you're doing this, like, gorgeous routine where it's so intimate and passionate, and all of a sudden,
holding space, guys. We're holding space.
And that, I mean, that just makes me fall in love with you even more, because we get to see you.
I appreciate that. I mean, just going off of, like, the coaching student, Ezra is somebody that I don't think you can try to dim his light. You can't. You know, like, he's just this bright star that you get to see flourish, like, every single day. And I appreciate you saying that you're seeing a better pro out of him, because that's my goal. Yeah. I came on this show not to be like, of course everybody wants to win a mirror ball. That's like us in the Olympics. Of course everybody wants to win a gold medal, but obviously, yes, you have to work for that. But there also has to be a fun side to it. Yeah. You have to incorporate being able to be yourself. And that's why I was like, you know what? Like, whatever happens, happens. I always have this saying with my dad, is do your best and forget the rest. What that is he's always told me, do what you have to do. Now, whatever happens after, you can't control it. You can't do anything about it. So you just have to keep pushing and doing what you feel comfortable doing. So, and I see that in Ezra every single day. Now, can I tell you, the week of us doing the rumba, oh my gosh, were we butting heads? 100%. But we knew it was a hard dance, and that is okay. We told each other, we were like, it's okay. We're going to have our moments. But look, we were able to bring something to the floor. And we told each other before we went out, I was like, are you nervous? He was like, no. He was like, are you? I said, no. I was like, let's just go out there, because we don't know what's going to happen, right? So I think that's why it's so cool that our connection is like that, because we understand each other.
Well, that's a huge point in general, not just in a dance partner relationship, but relationships in general. Yeah. Like, it's okay to butt heads. It's okay that somebody can lead and somebody can challenge, and then the other person does it. Like, relationally, that is what life is about.
It makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Because then you realize, like, wait, so you were right about that, and, like, then you start realizing, like, what do you have to fix within yourself, so it helps in a different way.
Yeah. You are so wise. I think, when you are an athlete, when you have a focus and a direction and a vision for your life, you can kind of block out the noise. Has there been a time, though, during this experience of you, evolving into this gorgeous woman that you are, and this wise woman, that you ever felt like, ooh, I feel a lot of doubt right now, or like, I need to pivot, or, like, was there a time in your life when you weren't this grounded?
100%. I would more say more with my career as a gymnast and Dancing with the Stars. I'm like, I just be doing.
This shit is awesome.
I'm like, this is great. This is cool. I don't gotta flip like that. Like, this is amazing. But within my career, 100%. I mean, I think the biggest one is the diversity side of things. I definitely can say, I mean, obviously I did write a book and all this stuff, but it was more of the way that people saw me. They made it seem like it was just so ugly. Like, we don't want to see her on the, competition floor. She shouldn't be here. She looks like a man. Like, there was just a lot of things.
Tell me more about that.
So, as a young girl who is coming into the limelight, there is obviously things that, one, you don't truly understand. And as being the only black gymnast in my gym at the time, it was really difficult through social media. And there were a lot of things people were telling me, this is very, out there, but I got told to be hung. Somebody told me that I should get shanked. There were just a lot of things that, weren't lovable. Like, I didn't know what was happening. And so that was when I started to realize that there was a racism aspect to this sport, and it even came into the way I was getting judged, the way that people were looking at me just in general. And so I never realized how in 2018, this is when it happened. Wow, that seems so long ago. I literally told my parents, I said, I don't want to do this sport anymore. I feel like this sport doesn't want me. I feel like this sport isn't loving. They don't care. They only want to see certain people. And my parents had to reassure me, like, you have the capability to do whatever you want. So that's when I really, looked back and I was like, look, actually you're right. So then I was able to really, like, my whole life flipped.
Wow.
Like, literally flipped in a blink of an eye. Like, I was able to really, I talked to a sports psychologist. I, was like, what can I do to make sure not, like, this doesn't happen to anybody else? I don't want the younger generation to come into their sport being like, I don't know, because, like, they're not, attending to me. That, like, that's not how I want it to be. I want you to be able to love your sport and have fun. And so throughout my career from 2018 until now, my word literally, I tell everybody, is just to make sure you have fun. Fun is what it's all about. Anything in life. And if you don't, that's where you're going to start feeling like that anxiety and that depression. And I've been there. I don't want you to go there. Like, I've been there. It's not fun. So it was a lot. But then now that I'm able to really realize what happened in the past, I can change what my future is. I can change how I look at things. And I appreciate having the people who are around me, like my support system. Oh, I go down deep for them. Like, they were at my feet. They were at my heart. They were doing everything to make sure that I did not go further than I already was in. So it definitely, this sport is a toll. Like, it's crazy. Now, can I say, has it been better? 100%. They're getting so much better. They're making sure everybody, the inclusion, the mental health aspect of everything. And I'm happy that, yes, was I, had to be a part of that prior, 100%, but I'm happy that I can be a part of it now to make sure every other athlete is okay.
Honestly, I just want to, like, take a deep breath and, like, exhale that, because that is so powerful to listen. And one of the things that I'm hearing is a theme is your support system.
Yeah.
And how grateful you are for them. Feeling like you would have to do that on your own. And I know that so many people obviously feel really isolated and on their own. I think is so key to finding your tribe, finding your people, and whether they are instilled because of their family or you have to go and find who those people are. I mean, that's what's going to really get you through as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but then at the same time, so that's one aspect to it, but then at the same time, for you to have gone through that questioning, come out on the other side, were you like, this is now my mission to be a voice, or no, I'm just going to continue to be me and have fun?
It was kind of both. My voice was silenced when I was younger. I was always told, don't speak, don't do this, you're too young, all those things. And so I did literally, like, I would go voiceless. My parents would ask me, how's gym? All I would say were one-word answers. So
I cannot imagine that now. You're
exactly
like so comfortable in speaking up. Yeah.
So it definitely, it was more of how can I use my voice for the younger generation. And that's where my brain went, was like, hey, you know what, Jordan? One, this is your story. Two, my dad always told me everything that's happening in my life was going to be in a book. No pun intended. I did write a book. Three, he always told me that my story is always going to be unique. It's never going to be like everybody else's. You're not going to be like a Michael Jordan, a Serena Williams, all these GOATs who are in the world. You're going to have your own unique story.
You're going to be your own.
And so that was another thing that I really realized now, that I can just look and be like, fun. Yeah. Just have fun. You only have one life to live. I say this all the time, and my publicist laughs at me. We don't have 9 lives like cats. We can't just fall out of a tree and land on all fours. It just doesn't work. We literally have one life. So why not live it to the best of your ability? Because you never know. When it's your time to go, what do you want to look back on? What do you want to be able to tell your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren and be like, hey, this is what I got to do?
So fun is your word.
Fun is my word.
I feel like it's so funny because because joy, fun, play, childlike wonderment, that is something that I really try to hold on to because there's an innocence and a purity to it that when there is noise and all of that around, you can control how much fun you're going to have.
Yep.
You can control the joy and the play that you're going to bring to your own life. And I think that it's infectious. And I will say, you are infectious.
Oh, thank you.
Watching you dance, coming up to the skybox, but here specifically where we get to really engage and connect, I love listening to your passion just come out of you.
Thank
And it
you.
is fun.
Thank
It's
you.
light. But yet it's deep.
Yeah.
You know, like you're really connected in the depth of who you are. And at the same time, you're just radiating play and joy.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. I mean, I did have to work. I didn't wake up like this. I'm not like Beyonce. You know, we don't just wake up like this. We got to do some things to work for it. But it did take some time. I'm not going to lie and say that I just one day magically became this joyful girl. No, it took time. It took a time where I was depressed. It took a time where I really had to learn my lessons. It took a time where, you know, maybe a door had to be shut in my face. Like, it took time for me to really find myself.
So what do you do now to be consistent with that?
Oh, self-affirmations. I make sure every morning, and I know it's this theme, right? That I'm that girl. I make sure every morning that I can look at myself in the mirror, because this is what I say about social media. I know I pivoted. Social media and people, I always say, it's the biggest thing I always say. If they only send a negative comment because they don't like something about themselves.
Yeah, we usually get triggered by the thing that we see in ourselves or that
Yes.
the lack is within ourselves.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
once I started to realize that through social media, I started telling myself that, because do I go on social media? It's not my friend. I don't like it. It's just something that it's not, I don't wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I have to post it. Like, it's just not me. But I definitely can say seeing what other people do made me realize, okay, maybe I do that. Maybe I do look at myself and be like, okay, so Jordan, what are you feeling today? Like, I don't even have to say it. I can think it. I used to do this thing where I would write the sticky notes and put them on my mirror.
Yeah.
That was a thing for a very long time, where people would be like, I am da-da-da, and you would have to repeat it 5 times and then stick it on the mirror because it stays in your brain. So I started doing that, and still to this day, I think just what makes it even better is being able to show the younger generation what it's like to live a wonky life, but still flourish.
Yeah.
You plant a seed in the ground. You never know how many flowers it's going to grow. It may be 1, it may be 2, it may be a dozen. You never know. So that's how I kind of see my life, and how it just kind of rides its own wave.
I love that so much. And I think consistency is key because, I mean, I've also had waves of life, and sometimes you're like, I'm good. I don't need to put a Post-it on my mirror. And sometimes you're like, I need all the Post-its on the mirror for a period of time because, you feel it. So I love that you have those things. What about, is there anything that you haven't done in your life that you would want to try that you were like, oh, this would be so fun?
Oh, okay, so I love cooking shows.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I think I would definitely...
I got way too excited about that, by the way.
I know, I love that, because I feel like you can actually cook. Like,
I try.
I feel like you would be down to cook. Yeah, any cooking show I would, whether it's guest judge, whether it's just like,
Yeah.
even judging full time, that would be dope. Flag football.
Would you want your own show?
I would
Cooking
love
show?
to have my own show.
So-
My family actually cooks.
Okay. Like whole family. And what is their specialties?
So my dad actually so during Thanksgiving he does this cabbage, but he has his own special ingredient. I can't say, but hopefully one day, because he would get mad at me. Hopefully one day, whenever I open up a restaurant, because I really want to,
Okay.
for him, that he, you guys can come and taste his food. But his special ingredient, he puts it in everything.
Well, Thanksgiving is coming up. So are you doing Thanksgiving here in LA?
No, so I'm actually doing Thanksgiving in Texas.
Okay.
At my parents' house, and we're doing this new thing because it went kind of viral last year, where we do it. It's called the Chiles Cooking Show.
Okay.
And basically what happens is the adults, so like my dad, my aunt, they sit, but the cousins and the kids cook for them.
No
but
way.
cook their special meal that they always cooked for us for Thanksgiving.
Oh, I love.
So we have mac and cheese, but we go on Facebook,
Yeah.
the old generation, Facebook Live. We go on Facebook Live, and everybody can just watch it like that.
Wait,
I'm
I
always the
love.
host, though, because
I
I'm
love.
the youngest. I don't...
So what's going to happen when you make it to the final? And it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
The Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I'm taking that mirror ball. Well, I'm probably going to have to go to the Good Morning America. And then
boom, boom. Yeah.
head to Texas. I'm going to put the mirror ball right in the middle of the Thanksgiving table.
Bam. Nailing it. Okay, so text me a picture of the cabbage on Thanksgiving. I want to see it.
Sounds good.
Next to the mirror ball.
Yep.
And yeah, it'll be good. I'm actually having a Friendsgiving here, and my friends from Vienna are coming. So we're not doing like the traditional, turkey and everything. We're doing some, I don't know what kind of food we're having, but it's going to be great. Yeah.
Thanksgiving is always that season because I skip. I get it, Halloween's coming up, but it's like Thanksgiving, and then once November 1st hits, all you hear me talk about is Christmas.
Yeah, the best.
I'm like, Thanksgiving, woohoo, and then it's like, it's Christmas time.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so cooking show, judge, depending on what that show is.
Flag football.
Also have your own, and then flag football.
Yeah.
Is that like do you want to like make that like a thing, or is it just for fun?
So right now, obviously, flag football is going to be in the next Olympics in 2028, which is going to be in LA, so that's going to be pretty cool. But I want to be able, I feel like a lot of things can be co-ed. Mm-hmm. And it just never made sense to me why there's only NFL and like girls couldn't do it. Because I'm like, if we can play basketball, if a guy can do gymnastics, there's a lot of male-female sports except for in football area. So what I want to do is create my own flag football team because I feel like that'd be something. I used to play flag football when I was younger. And obviously I did an NFL flag football campaign. I played in the celebrity flag football thing. Like, I just love flag football.
Fast.
Very fast. And I just feel like, the inspiration of being able to build a flag football team and then having one of them go to the Olympics, it just seems so cool and unique and different. And nobody has ever really done that. Like, I don't think really anybody has just been like, especially a gymnast. Like, let me go just create something. Like,
I'm in for it. And by the way, like the rise of female sports,
exactly.
Like, it's
Women
not a
in
fad.
Sports.
It's not a fad. It's not a trend. It is here to stay.
Exactly.
And so get on it. I'll come. I would die. I will try anything.
You can help me with the names. Name the team. You can help me with the name.
That's my contribution. No, I want to try.
I think you might honestly.
I think I can.
There are people
I'm very
surprise
close
themselves
with my body. Like I'm pretty good with whatever I try. Mm-hmm. So which speaking of, should we try?
Oh,
a
what
little.
Are we trying?
I don't know. I want to. This is me trying to figure out what I'm going to say. I want to try everything. I am sad that sometimes I am not on that dance floor. And so I'm like, I want to learn something. So either something from like your routine with Ezra, or like maybe you could teach me something like gymnastics or something.
Oh,
like,
I'm down.
I don't know. I can do it. I used to be able to do an aerial. That was it. Unimpressed.
Okay, you want to know something?
Huh.
I had the same conversation with Normani.
Really?
And she literally told me, she was like, I haven't done gymnastics in a very long time, yada, yada, yada. She said, but I used to be able to do an aerial. And what did I do? She did her aerial.
She did her aerial, and then did she fall on her face?
No.
No, she nailed it.
Yep.
So, oh man, now I really have to nail it. Should we do it?
I think you can.
As my knee just popped, I'm getting so old. Oh my gosh. Normani's also younger than me. Come on.
Let's go outside.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
We're gonna teach Julianne how to do an aerial. I think she can do it.
Okay, I forget. What's the like biggest key that you can give me before I actually
Stretch.
Stretch.
Your hamstrings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stretch your hamstrings. I know you know how to do that. You're a dancer.
Okay.
And then also pushing through. Are you ready or ready? Oh, perfect. So
yeah.
I teach Normani this on her left side.
So I'm left flexible, but I'm right.
So you're ambidextrous.
Sure, we'll say that.
Thank you.
Jay, do you want to show her?
Push.
Yeah, show me.
Okay.
I have to like run. You just stood there and did that. Okay, wait. We're gonna try one more. I didn't even do the first one.
Yeah, Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, no,
okay,
you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
Okay.
You got it, you got it. You got it. Just push all the way through. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. Go all the way. Now it's right there.
One more. Okay. Come on, Jules.
Come on.
Okay.
All the way through. Go.
I did it!
It was so good.
Oh my gosh. I had to do it, otherwise I would have, like, I don't even know what I'm about to say. I think I blacked out. Yay! Okay.
Wow.
I think that was the best morning show after we both got hit by a truck. We did that episode ever. Thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks for having me.
That was so fun.
Good job.
What do you have next week for your dance?
Contemporary.
Ooh, oh, you're gonna crush.
I'm so excited.
Okay, yeah, you're the best.
Bye.